Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Frankie McNellis about 13 the musical, dropping worldwide on Netflix very soon. Welcome back to the show. Thanks so much for being back.
Thank you for having me again.
This is crazy because I remember when this project was announced.
Yes.
And not even trailers or like announced. It's crazy that it's finally coming out, right?
It's so crazy. I mean, it's so soon. I feel like the time just flew by.
It's pretty cool because people are familiar with the musical. People love all the songs. Really cool thing because this isn't the 13 the musical that we kind of go see on Broadway and everything. This is the movie, right? This is the adaptation. So is it kind of cool to be part of it knowing that there is going to be the familiarity, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a new territory as well because it's a movie?
Yeah. I mean, it's so cool because we do have the same characters. It's still the same vibe of the story. It's just a little different. There's a few changes because, it was originally done in 2008 and, time changes. It's already 2022, so it's a little different, but I'm very excited.
3 new original songs that were not in the musical that people are going to see in the movie. One of the Opportunity is not one of them. That's your number.
Yes.
What can you tell me specifically about just wrapping your brain around? Because that's a lot, right? There's the dancing, there's the singing,
much going on.
Yeah, what was your first immediate kind of impression of what you got yourself all into with that number?
Well, Opportunity, that was the very first number we all learned together as a cast. We learned the choreography for Opportunity because it was one of the first and the last thing we filmed. It was the very last I filmed in the very first scene, actually. That's so crazy to see that. I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty early on in the movie, but
yeah, so it was very cool. And it was kind of crazy because in the song, so much goes on. There's so many different scenes and different sections that happen in the song that you'll have to see.
Yep.
For those watching, go to YouTube and check it out. Or on Netflix on August 12th.
Yeah, some of the songs are also available on Spotify to listen to.
Spotify as well.
Opportunity is on there. It's one of the 3 songs that's on there.
It is. Opportunity is on there. And it's a little different from the Broadway musical version, but I do think it has, a little bit of a new Lucy vibe to it. And
100%. Now there's another song that it's Lindsay and JD are the main ones that sing on it, but you're involved with it. I mean, it's a new song. It's I've Been Waiting. I love that song. I can't wait for people to see it in the movie, right? Because it's one thing to know the songs like Opportunity and 13 that are on Spotify. People can listen to I've Been Waiting on Spotify now, but I can't wait for people to see that. What was that? What was shooting that? Because Lucy's in there as well. What was that sequence like?
Honestly, it was kind of funny to me because the song is about Brett and Kendra being together and everyone's happy, but Lucy isn't happy about it because it's her first time hearing about it. So I remember talking to everyone about it and I was like, am I supposed to be in this number? I was like, everyone else is happy and I'm over here why is this happening to me? That was supposed to be my song. That was my moment, or Lucy's. So if you watch it, you'll see me give Brett little looks and I'm just why is this happening? Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm just curious, just from the song perspective, Frankie, because I love the song, like I told you. What was your reaction when you first heard the song and you found out this was going to be one of the new 3 songs in the musical, in the movie?
Well, Jason Robert Brown's doing the music, so either way.
Yeah, 100%.
It's so good. And the song, it's so catchy and it's so much fun to dance to.
Yeah.
It was stuck in our heads the whole time we were filming. That and OPP were always stuck in our heads.
Oh, yeah, that OPP song, absolutely.
Yeah. It's always in there.
OPP offered.
Yeah.
No, it's really cool. Are you starting to also grasp the idea that, you make this movie, you shoot in Toronto, it's the whole cast and crew and everything. It's your movie. 13 Musical is your movie. August 12th, it's going to be the world's movie. That's a crazy thing, or it's going to be out of your hands. Are you starting to think about that a little bit more?
I was actually talking to the kids about this the other day. It's kind of sad because it was like our little secret that we got to share with each other. It was like we have this huge secret that we want everyone to know, but we're not allowed to tell them.
Yep.
And now that everyone's going to get to see it, it's kind of sad, but at the same time, so exciting because like we worked so hard on the film and it's so much fun to just watch and get people's reactions.
I want to talk a little bit more about your character, Lucy. I feel like an argument could be made that Lucy is the most complex character in 13 the musical, and people are going to see it's not super big spoilers or anything, and this interview is going to be out when the movie is out, but I could say there's that kind of like villain, mean girl identity label to her, but there's a misunderstood component of it and there's a blurry component of it. Is it fun playing a character like this that's blurry a little bit?
It is very fun. Yeah. Because I say some of the craziest things. Like I have a lot of the really funny lines in this show because it comes out of nowhere. Yeah. Like what we said a while ago. What was the line? It was the
menorah.
The Lightyear menorah line. Like I just say the most random stuff, but it's just so funny. And a lot of the scenes were, improvised. So it was very fun getting to just be someone that I'm not in my everyday life.
There's also a movie theater scene.
Yes.
What can you tell me about the movie? Did you guys go see a movie at least?
No, actually, so the movie that we watch in the film, there's a movie within the film, and it's called The Blood Master, of course. And when we were filming it, that wasn't shot yet. So we had our assistant director, like, he was just like saying the lines behind the camera, and there were like big X's on the TV monitor. So we were just like staring at them, pretending that we were watching a horror film. And it was so funny because like there were a few bloopers that actually made the film. Like Luke Islam, there's this part where he screams and like the popcorn gets in his mouth, like, cause he jumps so far up. So like there's a few moments like that were really funny. And like the arm around Ramon Reed, he puts his arm around me.
Yeah.
And Kendra doing something. So he
yes. That was right after the menorah comment.
Menorah line, yeah. I'm like, get off of me. That was also improvised. So like a lot of it was,
Give me an example of the fact that horror is becoming like the most popular genre. There's a song in 13 the musical about a horror movie.
Yes, there is. The Blood Master. It's called The Blood Master. That's actually one of my favorite songs. It's one of the newer songs.
What is your thought process knowing there's going to be new songs and older songs from the musical? Like what's that like for you?
It's kind of crazy because a lot of...
Because 3 is a lot. It's not like there's one song. Like 3 is a good amount. You know what I mean?
3 is a pretty good amount. And Opportunity was in the original, in the original musical. But when it went on to Broadway, it got cut from the musical. So a lot of people were kind of, hoping that Opportunity would make a comeback. And it did. So that's very exciting. But there were also a few songs that did get cut. And some people were sad about that. But the new songs definitely make up for it. Like Blood Master. I love Blood Master. And it's like me and Evan going back and forth, just getting mad at each other. And it's just so much fun.
Oh, absolutely. Again, like the movie's going to be out by the time this interview's out. I mean, it's the plan. Yeah. It's the plan. Right. It's interesting too, because there is I talked to Eli about this as well. Because like musicals are so popular. They are. Like even like, you go way back, like High School Musical and everything. People love them and everything. I think I know why people love them so much, Frankie. I think people, when you look at numbers like OPP Opportunity, you really appreciate, like, you could tell like there's a lot of work put into that. Like there's a lot of people, there's a lot of moving parts. Do you know what I mean by that? You appreciate it more because do you know what I mean by that a little bit? Yeah.
For sure. No, it was a lot of hard work, and there were tons of people on set making sure that we had the best time and did it smoothly because we went through a lot of rehearsals. We went through 2 or 3 months of rehearsals.
What's that mindset like? The first, like you do the rehearsals and it's like, okay, you're filming Opportunity. Like, is it like? I feel like it will just it will never kind of sink in, and maybe you won't feel ready because it's like you're actually like filming the scenes.
Right. I think, I remember, I'm pretty sure I was crying actually because I was like, we worked so hard and I can't believe like this is going to be this is our first time filming it, but this is going to be our last time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to do the choreo again. It's just, this is it. All those months of rehearsals, and this is it.
Yep.
So it was so cool. And, you know, we had so much fun filming it.
It's dropping worldwide on Netflix. Everyone's going to be able to see it. It's going to be really cool too, because Netflix, it's worldwide, different time zones and everything. Depending on where you are, you're going to wake up and there's going to be some parts of the country that have already seen it.
Right. No, I'm so excited for people to see it, and it's going to be all over the world.
Which is so great. Last question before we wrap up. What are you hoping they get out of it when they get to watch 13 the musical on Netflix?
Ooh, well, you know, so much happens in the story, and it really takes you back to middle school. Yep. So it's a story for all ages. So I hope, you know, people who have, like the older people who have, you know, been in middle school, it really takes them back to, and they get to be like, oh, I remember being like that when I was in middle school, or I know what it's like to be bullied by the mean girl, or have my plan go wrong. It's just, there's so much that happens. I just hope people, you know, get to really enjoy it and just remember that family and friendship is very important, and forgiveness is really, really important.
And you're going to know exactly about this because, again, I don't want to spoil it, but Rhea Perlman says a line to Patrice that is like the best life lesson of all time. I don't know if you know what I'm thinking about.
Which one? There's so many lines. She has so many good lines.
There's advice that's given in this movie that is just the greatest thing ever. Okay, I'll tell you. It will be out by the time this interview. No, it's the part where she's upset at Evan, and then Rhea Perlman says, you know, if you like, it was about the if you like the people that made mistakes. If you got rid of the people that made mistakes, you would have nobody, basically.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I watched the film last week, so I have to go back and refresh. But something like that about, you know, everyone makes mistakes, basically. This movie is really good for the whole family, and I can't wait for everyone to kind of watch it. Frankie, so great catching up with you. Thanks so much for coming back on Popternative.
Thank you for having me again.
13 the musical dropping pretty soon on Netflix. Instagram account for you for people to follow is just your name, right?
Yes, Frankie McNellis.
Awesome. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative. For previous episodes, you're going to be able to catch Frankie McNellis as Lucy in 13 the Musical, dropping worldwide on Netflix. Until next time, it's Frankie and Petey Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.